All right, I think we're live. So, there we are. Okay, so welcome to A Gypsy's Kiss, the vlog. I'm Shelley Carney, and I'm alone today, and I'll fill you in on that in just a moment. Okay, so here's what happened. Toby went to Florida to visit his daughter and see his new granddaughter, Everly James. And then a big snowstorm swept across the south of the United States, and there were problems in Atlanta, which is where he was supposed to change planes because he was flying on Delta, and for some reason they can only go to Atlanta. So he had to postpone his return, and so he's returning today from Florida through Atlanta, and we will see him next week. So until next week, I thought I would get on and just say hello, see if you guys had any questions that I could answer, which would probably be about either A Gypsy's Kiss and the history, or about me, or about Toby. I'm not gonna want to answer too much about Forrest Fenn because I leave that more up to Toby. So hi Kyle, I'm gonna be all on my own today, and of course the tripod that I'm using was the wrong size for the mount that I have on my cell phone, and I see that I think my audio is working, so if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay, hi Jimmy Fast. And Man on the Barn. So it's so good to see you all here today. I appreciate you coming by. Again, Toby's still traveling. He won't be back until next week. He'll be traveling today. He should be home tonight, but we won't be able to shoot a show until later in the week, or if we want to go live, it'll be next Tuesday. So I am just here to say hello and answer your questions. So if you have any questions about A Gypsy's Kiss, or me, or Toby, and keep it clean, and that's all we ask. And go ahead and put those into the chat. And we have Steve Gaghagen, hello. Jay Eli. Did we ever make it up to Montana? No. We went to Wyoming, went to Lander. That's as far north as we went this year. I don't think that Toby's gotten up to Montana either, but I'm gonna say no. And Chris Bischoff, it's working. Good, thank you, Chris. And here from Palm Beach. Oh, look, Toby's at the airport and he's saying hi. That's cool. So if you have any questions for Toby, now's the time to ask them because he's actually in the chat. Cindy Guess, I can't hear you well, although you're soft spoken. If you could speak up. Well, okay, so my microphone is right here, and I'm doing the best I can to make it loud. So I'll just like try not to cover it up. There, I'll do that. So thank you for your comments on the audio. Hello, Eric Schmidt. And thank you all for coming by today. I appreciate your attendance, your loyalty. And let me tell you a little bit about what I've been working on this week while Toby's been away. As you may know, I have two other YouTube channels. One is called Wisdom Included, and that's mainly geared towards women, especially women entrepreneurs and business owners. And I have another channel called The Softer Side, which is housed on my Shelley Carney Productions channel. And I've been working on putting together shows for those channels while Toby's been away. And I've been studying and reading up on relationships, and I have some really exciting material coming out over the next few weeks for The Softer Side. And not only that, but as I'm reading about the relationships, it's filling me in on things that women need as well, so I can go back and forth and discuss them on either channel. So I hope that you will take a look at those channels if you get the chance. Wisdom Included you can find at www.wisdomincluded.com. That's my YouTube channel for that. And for the softer side, you can find that at thesofterside.me. So that's www.thesofterside.me. So those are my other YouTube channels. Let's see what else we have to say. Thanks for tuning in, Toby. I'm glad you're hanging out with us today. Wayne Peterson is here. Good. David Dow. He's on a bulldozer right now, but he can hear me, so that's awesome. Cindy, I don't know, maybe turn your sound up. Okay. Steve Gaghagen, when will you two go on your next solve? Wow. Right now it's a little cold, and we're still kind of researching. Toby has some interest in looking at summer solstice type of things. So maybe winter solstice. It would be an opposite day. I don't know. We'll think about that. It's kind of cold though. T.I. Mattis says, yay, we're all here. Yes, we are. Chris Bischoff, any thoughts about next location to visit in New Mexico? We are just really enjoying Eagle's Nest right now and that area. So other than that, if Toby wants to answer that. He says not until next spring. And Cimarron. So yeah. Cindy goes, thank you. My hair does look great. I'm doing my best. Okay. Chris says good choice. He thinks we like Cimarron. AJ Rainville made a picture of a ring. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Oh, Eric Schmidt says my sound is okay. Good. I'm glad. And Jared Atchley, how did you meet Toby? Was it a mutual interest in Forrest Fenn or something else? Very good question. Thank you. 2011, I went to the community college and entered the film program there. And it's a film technology program, and we had to create our own products, basically. I did the producer role. I came up with an 8-part web series, which you can also see if you go to Shelley Carney Productions and look for the playlist called Joysticks. You can find the web series I did when I was a student. While I was a student there, Toby had a project where he was interviewing artists from the, I've forgotten the name. It's popped out of my head. He was interviewing artists and putting a show together, and he needed help with that. So he came to the school and hired students to help him, and I was one of the students he hired, and that's where I initially met him. Toby later began to work as an outreach coordinator for the local public access television, which is called UPublic. And at that point in time, he created a producer's training opportunity, and I wanted to do that. So I signed up to be a producer with UPublic, working directly with Toby, and that's where we really got to know each other. Toby and I created a show together called New Mexico Media Makers, which is also a playlist, also a playlist on my YouTube channel, Shelley Carney Productions. So you can see some of my older work there in some of those playlists. Toby and I worked on that show for 13 episodes. And we had a great time. And that's how we really got to know each other. And then we've worked together ever since. Thank you for that question. Hi, Jason Hilgerson. Oh, Spanish Colonial Art Society. Thank you, Toby. He's very involved with that. He's done a lot of work for them throughout his career here in New Mexico. And his son and daughter are both artists in that society. So I appreciate your questions. Once again, go to my YouTube channel at thesofterside.me, and if you look through the playlists, you can find a whole lot of my older work and some of that Toby worked on with me as well. I also did New Mexico Film Week, which was sort of a weekly report on the local film industry, and I did that for about a year, and that's there as well. So although it's kind of time-sensitive stuff that's from a couple of years ago, it gives you an idea of the type of work that Toby and I have done together. So Toby, how is the airport and your trip? Is it going to be on time today? Steve wants to know from Toby, is your daughter's art specifically the ones for Day of the Tread for sale? And if so, where? Okay, Sean Wells, S-E-A-N, Wells is her last name. She does have a Facebook page, and she also has an Etsy site, so she does sell her work. She does the Muerto products, and she also does retablos, which is the more religious paintings. So if you look up Sean Wells, Google her, then you should be able to find her work for sale. And yeah, cool film class it was. I had a lot of fun, and I learned so much, and I'm enjoying putting that to use with a Gypsy Kiss and my other channels. And of course, we've also done some short films together. Does Forrest respond to emails anymore? If it's not about the treasure, and if it's short, he will sometimes answer questions or respond, especially if you hit it up on something he's really interested in, like archaeology or anthropology or history, something that he is really interested in. If you were to write to him about something like that, he's more likely to answer. He doesn't really want to answer questions about the treasure anymore. Let's see. Yes, her website. Oh, her website. She has a website, SeanWells.com. Let's see. There we go. Oh, .me, sorry. SeanWells.me. Let me get back up to the chat. Let's see. Sean Wells. Okay, are you going to, and this is from Mary Green, are you going to do a film on your Forrest Fenn chase? We've done a couple of little documentaries, as you may have seen on our channel. They didn't get as much response as the weekly vlog, so we have kind of drifted away from doing film. It's a lot of work. We had to go up to Pilar 3 or 4 times just to shoot the one documentary. So it takes quite a bit of extra time to shoot a film as opposed to just doing the vlogs. So we probably won't be doing any more films about Forrest Fenn. I can't see us doing any more. As long as one's not trying to pry. Yeah. Thanks, Eric. Man in the Barn. I think Toby said that if you were to stop the show, he might move on to other things as well. How do you feel you motivate him in his productions? Well, we just have a lot of fun together. So we play off of each other a lot. He comes up with ideas, and I will, either adjust, tweak, or suggest, or I'll just be jumping on board, and that's more exciting than doing things by yourself, isn't it? And of course, with my show, he's always really supportive, and what we like to do is I will read my script out loud to him, and then he can give me the man's opinion, and then I can make a few tweaks or adjustments before we shoot the show. So we really enjoy working together. It's motivating because it's fun. Let's see. AGK is a film and not a vlog. That sounds a little hard for us to do. Jason Hilgerson, what's a good email for you? I'll forward what I sent Forrest, and maybe you two can help. So a gypsy's kiss at gmail.com. So that's GYPSYSKISS at Gmail. And you can send us anything you would like there at that one. Jimmy Fast loves our weekly vlogs. Thank you, Jimmy. We love them too. We have a lot of fun. Jason Hogerson, and we'll find it interesting. Wow, that's great. I'm excited. Let's see. Oh, and Eric Schmidt also answered the question. So thank you, Eric. Kyle, I was wondering if you got the email I sent you a few weeks ago. So about some imagery from the poem on a map. Okay. Well, Toby usually reads all the emails, so I will let him answer that question when he sees it. And Toby enjoys me as his business partner. We do have a lot of fun together, as I said, and we think a lot alike. We have a lot of the same philosophies in life. So I think that helps us to really take off in one direction together rather than fight each other all the way. Let's see, Wayne Peterson. So what do you do if not looking for Forrest Fenn? Well, as I said, Wayne, I do my YouTube channels, which I love, and that's thesofterside.me and wisdomincluded.com. And I'm a mom. My kids are both in college. My husband works full-time for an airline, and it's a very full life. I keep very busy. I do enjoy working out 3 or 4 times a week as well, and it's just a busy life. And oh, well, Toby and I also like to, well, we do a few other projects together every now and then. We'll come up with something either photography or videography related, or we work with the local Chamber of Commerce on some things that they need. So we always have something going on. Let's see. Do you think Agua Caliente is where warm waters halt? Agua Caliente. Well, we looked into that a little bit, but I'm going to refer you back to our what we always say is that we believe where warm waters halt in New Mexico is determined by the Fish and Game regulations. So I'm going to go with that. What are your thoughts about the Bighorn Basin? Well, I'm going to let Toby answer that one because that's not something I'm studying. Let's see, Cindy, do you think there may be a connection between the murder of Reverend Tolby in Cimarron and the clues? Well, we really like that area, so we're definitely looking into that. I don't know about Reverend Tolby. Toby has looked at that a little bit. I don't know if he felt that there was any connection, though. Oh. Okay, he says yes. Yeah. Jared Ashley, whatever happened to the small treasures you guys were hiding? Wasn't the last one re-hidden by the person that found it? Never heard what happened to that one. Thank you for asking that, Jared. The man who found the one that was in Colorado did re-hide it. It is still hidden. So if you want to go back and study that, it's out there and you can still go find it. So that's what happened to that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. We got some good and some apathetic responses. So I'm not sure if we're going to go back to doing it or not. We had a lot of fun, but it seemed like if we went outside of the search area, the Forrest Fenn search area, that people just weren't as interested looking for it. So we would love to hear your comments on what you think of the treasure hunts that we were doing and if we should continue them or let them go. Let's see, a big shout out to the bear on the shelf. I'm like, which bear are we seeing? Oh, that one, yeah, okay. That one was one of those free swag things you get at from the Bank of the West or something. Let's see. Murder of Reverend Tolby. I didn't know it was a murder. Well, will you tell me more about your thoughts on the Reverend Tolby connection? So how about if Toby looks into that a little bit more, and we can talk about that next week, the Tolby campgrounds and Reverend Tolby up in the Cimarron area. We can talk about that some more maybe next week. An assassination. So it was pretty dramatic, right? Digging the bear. Okay. I'm going to just get the bear down because everybody seems to be... Okay, so this is the Bank of the West bear. And he's not exactly Treasure Kitty, but I'm glad you guys like him. Okay. Do we have any further questions about me or Toby or our history or my other channels or anything about relationships? Let me know. Yeah, okay. Nebraska's country. I don't know. Bank of the West is actually all over the West. I've seen them in California, and I've seen them in Colorado, and Wyoming, and of course in New Mexico. So, Toby, how much longer until your flight is ready to board? So we can keep talking until then. So let me tell you about the weather in New Mexico. It's beautiful today. It's about 60 degrees and sunny. No real wind to speak of. So Toby shouldn't really have any problem flying home today. It's a brown bear. Okay, we're still talking about Tolby campgrounds and Reverend Tolby. And again, we'll hit that up again next week. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll be back Tuesday next week at 1 o'clock Mountain Time again. And again, I didn't want you guys to wonder where we went this week. So we went ahead and did a live show just with me because Toby is at the airport on his way home from Florida. And he likes my lighting. Well, it's just my Arcadia door and that I'm looking into, and the light is hitting me that way. So these are the things that I've learned from my business partner about lighting. Toby has taught me quite a bit about lighting, more than I ever learned in my film class. So he's kind of an expert when it comes to portrait lighting or interview lighting. So I've learned quite a bit from him. Okay, you're not leaving till 4 o'clock Eastern time, or boarding. 4 o'clock, and it's, what is it now? It's 1:30, 3:30? So about half an hour. You have about a half an hour. How cold is it getting here? At night in the Albuquerque area, it'll get down to freezing. We had an issue with a pipe in our backyard freezing and kind of last week. So last week was really cold, but it's warming up again a little bit. So it'll be anywhere from the 30s to the 60s throughout the day. It doesn't usually get too much colder than that, unless we have a cold front come through. Do you? Let's see. Your thoughts on White Rock? Again, I'm going to have Toby answer that one. Let's see. Do you think Forrest believes the Rio Chama is in the Rockies? The Rio Chama. Well, it's hard to know what Forrest believes. But we believe that nothing west of the Rio Grande should be considered as the Rockies. So we're going to say no. Boarding. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When are you going to Mesa Verdi? Well, or Mesa Verdi, as Toby calls it. I don't know. We haven't made a plan on that yet. Depends on the weather, and I'd like to go sometime in the spring, probably, because we don't usually do a whole lot of traveling in the winter. It's just the weather's too unpredictable. The roads can be, snowed on, and they're not really great at plowing them in New Mexico. They're just, they wait for the sun to come out and melt the snow rather than plowing. So you have to deal with that. When is, okay, Jay, waste of time. Well, there's your answer. T.I. Mattis, when is the best time to head out to New Mexico to avoid flooding rains of spring, but as soon as possible? Well, we've been getting later and later snows. We still sometimes get snow in early May, so I would suggest not until after Mother's Day or Memorial Day would be even better. So May, late May would be the earliest I would, without having to worry about what the weather's going to do. I would go late May for New Mexico. And again, if we have a lot of snow, then you are going to get some heavier flooding waters, but they usually stay within their banks. The Rio Grande stays within its banks, although it got very full this year. So I don't think that should be a problem. And Steve, thank you guys for keeping up the great work. Well, thank you for watching and being a part of today's chat. We appreciate that. And thank you. Okay, so I think that's about it for now, and I believe Toby is getting ready to board his flight in Florida. So he's headed home and should be home about midnight, and we will definitely be here live next week. So I hope that you'll continue to tune in. And while you have the time, make sure you check out my channels and subscribe, because I am so sad that my channel hasn't had any new subscribers in the last couple of weeks. And I think it's pretty good stuff. So I would hope that you will check it out, thesofterside.me, and subscribe. And that would be a wonderful gift for me. And I appreciate you guys tuning in today. And as always, for subscribing and sharing our videos with your friends and family. 3:50. So he's going to board in just a few minutes. If you have any more questions for Toby, go ahead and ask them now. And if you can't get to them today, then we will definitely get to them next week. So continue to ask your questions in the chat. If they're for Toby, go ahead and put for Toby. If they're for me, go ahead and just write them in, and I'll answer them as I can. Yes. Okay. I'm going to sign off at this time, but I hope that you'll continue to chat with each other and check out A Gypsy's Kiss, the blog. We'll continue to post there and on the Facebook page. And we appreciate you stopping in today and asking questions and chatting with us. Thank you so much for watching for A Gypsy's Kiss, the vlog. I'm Shelley Carney, and Toby's in Florida. And we'll see you next week. Bye.